I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, A Space for Physics. Today, in this session, I am going to explain the construction and working of clippers. Clippers are nothing but the electronic circuits. These are the electronic circuits that are used to remove either full positive half cycle or full negative half cycle or a portion of the input voltage and current waveforms. Means these are the circuits that are used to control the shape of output waveforms such that as per our requirement we can change the shape of these waveforms. So it is done with the help of clippers. For the construction of clippers, we need minimum two components, that is a diode and a resistor. By using these two components, one can construct a clipper. In case, in addition to this diode and resistor, often a battery is also used. A DC battery is also used to fix the particular clipping level as per our requirement. If we use only a diode and resistor for the construction of clipper, means we are going to remove either positive half cycle completely or a negative half cycle completely. But when we are going to introduce a battery in the circuit, then we are not removing the complete half cycle, but instead of that, we are going to remove only some small portion of that positive half cycle or negative half cycle. So, we can see we require three components to construct a clipper as per our requirement. Now, the clippers are classified into four classes depending on the shape of output waveform. The clippers are classified as positive clipper. That means a clipper that clips or that removes the positive half cycle of input waveform, input voltage waveform. Okay, this positive clipper remove the positive half cycle of waveform, whereas the negative clipper, it removes the negative portion of input waveform. The biased clipper, as I have said here, when we use or when we introduce a battery in the clipper circuit, we will not remove complete positive cycle or complete negative cycle, but we will remove some portion of this positive or negative cycle. So these type of clippers that are used to remove some portion of the input waveform, we call that clippers as the biased clippers. And you may have noticed that these are the clippers that require three components for the construction, that is a diode, a resistor and a battery. Okay, so apart from this positive clipper or negative clipper or biased clipper, there are combination clippers. Combination clippers means these clippers remove some portion of positive half cycle also and some portion of negative half cycle also at the same time. This type of clippers we call it as the combination clippers. Apart from this classification of clippers, that is a classification which is based on the shape of output waveform, there is another way by which we can classify clippers, and that way depends whether the diode is parallel to the load resistor. If diode is parallel to the load resistor, we call it as the parallel clippers. If diode is in series with the resistor, we call that type of clippers as the series clippers, depending on whether the diode and resistor are parallel to each other. Resistor, that is the load resistor, across which we are going to measure our output. So if diode is parallel to the load resistor, we call it as the parallel clippers. If diode is in series with the resistor, we call it as the series resistor. So let us see the construction and working of each of these type one by one. First of all, let us speak about the positive clipper. About a positive clipper. As name suggests, it is the clipper that removes the positive half cycle of the input signal. For example, this is our input signal with this positive cycle, negative cycle, positive cycle, such that Vm represent the maximum peak point of positive cycle, minus Vm is the maximum peak point of negative half cycle. So this is our input signal. Now our aim is to remove the positive half cycle of this input signal, and our aim is to obtain only the negative half cycle in the output. So for that, we are going to use a diode here. This is the diode. We know it is a combination of P-type semiconductor material and N-type of semiconductor material. And we know the property of diode, that this diode would act as a switch. When diode is in forward bias, that is, when P-type or P region is connected to the positive half cycle of battery and N region is connected to the negative half cycle of the battery. So in this case, the diode will be in forward bias. It conducts heavily. Obviously, we will require a voltage equivalent to the barrier voltage. Like if we consider the silicon, it is equals to 0.7 volt. That is required to overcome the barrier. So if the voltage, input voltage, is greater than that particular barrier voltage, then the diode will act as a forward biased diode. It acts as a closed switch through which the heavy current will flow. So we have to keep in mind this property of diode. It can act as an open switch. It can act as a closed switch. Open switch when the diode is in reverse bias. Closed switch when the diode is in forward bias. So let us see what will happen if we apply the positive cycle of input wave. Let us say we are going to apply the positive half cycle of the input wave. So this particular point, it will become positive. This point will become negative. Means the diode, the P region is connected to the positive terminal, N region is connected to the negative terminal. And as you can see here, in this situation, this diode will act as a closed switch because it is in forward bias. So a large amount of current will flow through the diode, and thus it acts as a closed switch across which there is no voltage drop. There will be no voltage drop across the closed switch. Now our load resistance RL. The load resistance RL, across which we are going to measure our output. Okay, we are going to measure our output across RL. Since RL and our diode, they are in parallel to each other and the diode is acting as a short switch, then obviously during the positive half cycle, the voltage drop across the diode and hence across the load resistance RL will be 0. Right? The voltage drop across the positive half cycle, across the load resistance RL for the positive half cycle, it will be 0. Means we will not get any output for the positive half cycle. What will happen when we apply the negative half cycle? During the negative half cycle, this point will become negative, this point will become positive, right? So negative terminal is connected to P region, positive terminal it is connected to N region of diode. As a result, this diode will work or act as a reverse biased diode. Reverse biased diode means no current will flow through the circuit, and thus this diode will act as an open switch. Open switch, right? So whatever voltage we will apply, that is this input signal, all voltage get drops down across this diode, which is acting as an open switch. If there is a voltage drop across this diode, then obviously there will be similar voltage drop across this load resistance RL, and as a result of which we will get the negative half cycle as it is. Thus, the positive portion of half cycle get removed. The negative half cycle will appear in the output as it is. Same Vmax we will get in the output also. So this is how the positive clipper will work. Now in this case, you have to remember that this diode and the load resistance, that is the resistance across which we are going to measure our output, these two components are parallel to each other. Means this type of diode, this type of clipper, you can say it as a parallel clipper. Parallel clipper. The diode and the load resistance are parallel to each other. Next to this, next to the positive clipper, we are going to see the concept of negative clipper. Negative clipper. But before going to the negative clipper, you must remember the mathematical expression. How we are getting the voltage across load resistance RL. Now, the expression for output voltage across load resistance RL is equals to minus RL upon RL plus R into Vmax. Now, generally, the clipper is constructed such that the value of R is much smaller than the load resistance, and so what we will get, the output voltage is almost equal to the Vmax. It is almost equal to the Vmax, and thus we will get the negative half cycle in the output when the diode is in reverse biased. So let us come to the point of negative clipper. As name suggests, it is the clipper that is used to remove the negative half cycle of the input signal. It is used to remove the negative part of the signal. Now, how one can obtain this negative clipper? There are two ways. Here it is the circuit, just same as we have seen in the positive clipper. This circuit is same as the previous circuit except the polarity of diode. Now in this circuit, here we have changed the polarity of diode. The side wherein there was P region, now here it is N region, and N region side it has been replaced by P region. Thus the polarity of diode has been reversed in this particular circuit. Otherwise, rest of the circuit is just same as that of the circuit we have used to obtain the positive clipper before. So here also you can see the diode and load resistance, they are parallel to each other. So this is an example of parallel clipper. Now let us see how it will work. This is the input signal. Now for the positive half cycle of input signal, that means this point is positive, this point is negative. Since positive is connected to N region and negative is connected to P region, we can say immediately that at this moment the diode is in reverse biased. The diode is in reverse biased. Means no current will flow through the circuit and the diode will act as an open switch. It is acting as an open switch when during the positive half cycle of the input. So at this moment, when the diode is acting as an open switch, whatever voltage we will apply that get drops down across this open switch means similar voltage will appear across the load resistance RL, which is connected in parallel with the diode. So what will happen? How much output voltage we will get at this moment? We will get the same output voltage as that of the input voltage for the case when the diode is in reverse bias, when it is acting as an open switch. So for the positive half cycle, diode is acting as an open switch and we will get same output voltage, same voltage at the output, just like this input voltage. Thus we will get the positive half cycle of the signal as it is in the output. What about the function of diode when we will apply negative half cycle? Let us say when we apply a negative half cycle, then this particular terminal it become negative, this terminal it will become positive. So negative terminal or negative side it is connected to the N region, positive side it is connected to the P region, means now the diode is acting as a short switch. Why? Because now it is a forward biased PN junction diode. It is a forward biased PN junction diode. Okay, means it is acting as a short switch. We know there is zero voltage drop across the short switch, means there will be zero voltage across load resistance RL. There will be zero voltage across RL and thus we will not get any signal in the output when we are going to apply the negative half cycle of the input signal. Right? And in this way, here the positive cycle will remain as it is in the output, but negative half cycle will get clipped out. And so we called it as the negative clipper. And this combination, we called it as the parallel clipper combination. There is one more option. That is, we can interchange the position of this diode and this resistance R. Like this. Here, we are connecting diode and we are connecting a resistance RL such that these two components are now in series with each other. These two components are in series with each other. So we can say it as a series clipper. How it will work now? It's very easy. In the positive half cycle, this terminal become positive. So this diode, the P region is connected to positive, N region is connected to negative, means now diode will act as a short switch. It is in forward bias, means it acts as a short switch, it conducts heavily, right? So as it conducts heavily, it allows the whole input voltage to pass through the load resistance RL. Whatever input we will apply, it pass from this short switch and will appear across this load resistance RL, which we will now count as our V output. Thus in this case also, the full positive half cycle will remain as it is in the output. What will happen if we apply the negative half cycle? During the negative half cycle of the input, this terminal becomes negative, which is connected to P region of diode. This terminal will become positive, which is connected to the N region of diode. right? So in this case, wherein P region is connected to negative part, N region is connected to positive part. So in this case, the diode will act as an open switch because now it is in reverse biased. So no current will flow through the circuit. No current will flow through the circuit. So there is no chance for the voltage to drops down across RL. Whatever input voltage will be there, that will be drops down across this reverse biased diode. So no further current will flow through the circuit and we will get zero output across load resistance RL. Zero output. In this way, the positive half cycle will remain as it is in the output, whereas negative half cycle will get flipped out. So this is the working of negative half cycle. Now, negative clippers. Now we will see how the shape of output waveform will change when we apply some DC level, when we apply some battery in the circuit. Let us see. Let us consider that we are going to connect a 2-volt battery in series with the diode. 2-volt battery in series with the diode in this way. This N region, it is connected to the positive terminal of battery. So you have to keep in mind that in this condition, the diode will become forward biased. The diode will become forward biased, means it will act as a short switch only when the input voltage is greater than 2 volt. Right? If the input voltage is greater than 2 volt plus 2 volt, if the input voltage is greater than plus 2 volt, then and then only diode will conduct, because there is already a 2 volt battery connected to the N region of this diode. So in order to conduct, in order to be forward biased, the input voltage should be greater than 2 volt. Greater than 2 volt. Otherwise, if the input voltage is less than 2 volt, if the input voltage is less than 2 volt, then for that particular situation, the diode will remain reverse biased, means it acts as an open switch. No current will flow through the circuit, and we will get the voltage drop across this diode and hence across this load resistance RL. When the diode is in reverse biased, means when we are going to apply a voltage less than 2 volt to this diode, right? So say 1 volt is applied here, then for this 1 volt diode will be reverse biased. 1.5 volt is applied, then also diode is in reverse bias and input is appears at output as it is. Now if the voltage becomes equal to 2 volt here, if it will become plus 2 volt, then in this case diode will now act as a short switch since it get forward biased, and we will not get any voltage across RL when our input voltage is going to be greater than 2 volt. Otherwise, for rest of the voltage, the diode will act as an open switch. It is acting as a reverse biased diode, and we know in the reverse biased condition, we will get the whole input as it is in the output. We will get the whole input as it is here in the output. That is across this load resistance RL. So we haven't removed the total positive half cycle, but we have removed some portion of the positive half cycle. And so we called it as the biased clipper. Why? Because we have applied some bias here in this circuit. Similarly, we can construct a circuit in which we will not remove the total negative half cycle. We are not going to remove the negative half cycle completely, but we have to remove some portion of the negative half cycle. So for that, we can construct a circuit like this. Here you can say this is the series clipper because the diode and load resistance RL, they are in series with each other. Means now in this situation we are getting the output voltage only when the diode is in forward bias because they are in series. So we are getting some voltage across load resistance RL only when the diode is in forward biased. The diode is in forward bias. Now, when the diode will be in forward bias, see, here the P region is connected to the positive terminal of battery. And for the positive half cycle, that is when A is equals to positive, then obviously in this condition, that is for the positive half cycle, the diode will remain forward biased and it will conduct heavily. Again, here I am considering the ideal condition. That means I am not taking into account the barrier potential. That is 0.7 volt if this diode is a silicon diode. Right? So I am considering that there is no barrier potential. But in practice, you have to take into account this barrier potential also. So ideally, if I consider an ideal diode, then this ideal diode will remain forward biased for the positive half cycle. So it conducts heavily and whole voltage will appear across load resistance RL. That means we will get the whole positive side half cycle as it is in the output. Right? What will happen if we apply the negative half cycle? Means let us say A is negative. How much negative? Say initially it is minus 1 volt. Minus 1 volt. If this is minus 1 volt, this is plus 5 volt, then still the diode will conduct because this is higher value than the applied voltage minus 1 volt. When it becomes minus 2 volt, still it is higher and diode will conduct and the whole input voltage will appear across the RL. For minus 3 volt, the situation is same. For minus 4 volt, the situation is same. When the input voltage will become greater than minus 5 volt, okay, when the input voltage is greater than minus 5 volt, now in this condition, the diode will become reverse biased diode. Reverse biased diode. Why? Because now the P region of the diode will be connected to the negative part. That is, we are going to apply negative potential to the P region. When our input voltage become greater than minus 5 volt. Okay, minus 5 volt. So in this case, the diode will become reverse biased. It will act as an open switch. No current will flow through the circuit and thus there will be no voltage drop across the load resistance RL and we will get no voltage across this RL. So V will be 0 for input voltage which is like minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 10 like this. This is how a biased clipper works. It is not clipping out the whole negative cycle, but it is clipping out some portion of negative half cycle. This is the working of biased clipper. Now next to this, there is an interesting combination. That means we can combine a positive clipper and a negative clipper at a time to cut out some portion of positive half cycle also and some portion of negative half cycle also. And these clippers, we are calling it as the combination clippers. In clippers like positive clipper or negative clipper, we are removing the total half cycle. Whereas in combination clipper, we are removing some portion of positive as well as negative half cycle at a time. So we are calling it as the combination clippers. Combination clippers. So how this combination clipper work, or how we can construct a combination clipper? For this case, I have chose the input signal to be a triangular wave with a peak voltage 20 volt. Right, peak point voltage is 20 volt. Plus 20 volt for positive cycle, minus 20 volt for the negative half cycle. So this is our input signal. Here is the construction of combination filter, wherein we are using two diodes D1 and D2, parallel to which we are connecting a load resistance RL. So this is an example of parallel clippers. So these two diodes D1 and D2 are such that their polarities are reversed. Along with this diode D1 and D2, we have also used the batteries like 10 volt battery across D1, 5 volt battery across D2. So this is how we can construct a combination clipper. Now let us see how this combination clipper will work. For the positive half cycle, okay, when we apply the positive half cycle of the input, then in this case, this terminal become positive, means diode D1 become positive and act as a short switch, whereas at the same time, diode D2 will become reverse biased. So it will not conduct, it will act as an open switch. But not only this D2 will act as an open switch, but for particular value of input, D1 will also act as an open switch. And it is the condition of open switch. When both of the diodes are acting as an open switch, then only we are getting the output voltage across RL. Output voltage across RL. So we have to see when these diodes are in reverse bias. So for the positive half cycle, diode D2 is obviously reverse biased, but diode D1 will also be reverse biased if the input voltage is less than 10 volt. Less than 10 volt. Because we have applied a 10 volt battery in series with this diode D1. So unless and until the voltage at this point it becomes greater than 10 volt, up to that point diode D1 will not conduct and current will not flow when the input voltage is less than 10 volt. At that point, diode D1 will act as an open switch, and whatever voltage is there that appears across this load resistance RL. Means in the output, we will get the positive half cycle as it is, but up to what? Up to 10 volt. Once the input voltage becomes greater than 10 volt, this diode D1 will become conducting. It will act as a closed switch, short switch, and the voltage will not appear across RL. So in this way, we will get the positive half cycle that is clipped out above this voltage 10 volt. What will happen if we apply the negative half cycle? Okay, when we apply the negative half cycle, this point it will become negative, this point will become positive. So if this is negative, diode D1 will be reverse biased, but diode D2 will be in forward bias because N region is connected to negative terminal. So it will become forward biased. Here also, the diode will be forward biased, but up to what? This will not remain forward biased for the whole positive half cycle, negative half cycle. How? If the input voltage is say -1, if the input voltage is -1 is applied here, then N region is connected to -1 volt, P region is connected to -5 volt. Right? P region is connected to -5 volt, N region is connected to -1 volt, means P region is more negative as compared to N region. Means this diode D2 is in reverse biased. It is in reverse biased mode. So unless and until this negative portion, this input voltage, unless and until it overcome or it will become greater than minus 5 volt, then only diode D2 will conduct heavily. It will act as a closed switch and we will get zero voltage drop across RL. And before this, achieving this minus 5 volt here, that is for minus 1 volt, minus 2 volt, minus 3 volt, 4 volt, for all this voltage, this diode D2 as well as diode D1, they will act as an open switch. That is, no current will flow through this circuit and we will get the maximum voltage drop across RL. Whatever input we will apply, that is appear across this load resistance RL. So this is how we can clip out the portion of negative half cycle. That is a portion having voltage greater than 5 volt. If the voltage become greater than 5 volt, in the negative side, if the voltage become greater than 5 volt, that is actually minus 5 volt because it is the negative cycle. So at that moment, diode D2 will conduct and act as a short switch and there will be no voltage drop across RL. So we will not get any voltage at the output. In this way, by using a combination of two diodes, which are opposite in their polarities, so by using these diodes, we can clip out some portion of positive cycle also and some portion of negative half cycle also. This type of diode clippers, we are calling it as the combination clippers. Combination clippers. Right? This is all about the construction and working of clippers. So I hope you have understood what is meant by clippers. If you have any doubt, then don't forget to ask me in our classroom. If you really like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.